wasn't ready. I realized when it was too late that I did not set up my the title and stuff. So I was like, oh crap, I forgot to do this the title thing. Oh well. But now I just kind of did it. So now there's a thumbnail and a title on the stream. So thanks for being here, everybody. Sorry about yesterday. It was one of those days where, duty calls. And as much as I complain about my job, it's what I set out to do. I went into medicine because I wanted to do something that was important for people, like on a daily basis. Like what I do every day matters. And it still does. It just sometimes it happens at inconvenient times for me. And that's okay. It's life. That's life. How's everybody doing? Yeah, 3D printing. What do you think, Nick? What do you think? So I'm at a really good point right now. I'm at a really good place because I don't want to say I'm caught up because I don't think we're ever caught up, but I feel more caught up than I have in a while. And so I'm able to kind of look at my options and say, what's the most important thing? What do I want to do? Some of you may have seen, I put out an actual video this past week. It was less well received than any of my live streams for the past several months, but it's understandable. It was kind of a niche topic about, fixing flickering and stuff. I think it's going to be a pretty useful video, so I think it'll get a lot of views later on, but it certainly was not something that was well received right off the bat. I've got another video scripted, all written out that I'm going to do. That'll be about using these these relay boards with the Unos and quads. But LEDs. I don't want to say LED season is past because it's never past, and I would be a fool to ignore what has been so popular and what I've spent so much time learning how to do. So LEDs are certainly going to continue to be a big part of everything. Fine, but right now I do have the option to kind of open it up a little bit. So I've been very happy with my 3D printer. I've had so much fun these last few weeks since you guys all helped me get the 3D printer working again. And I've printed some really cool stuff, man. I am loving these little mythic mugs things. This is a dice box. So cool. Screws on there real nice. You can see on my screen there, that's what I just sent to the printer. That is it says a potion of frost giant strength or something. I just think it looks cool. I don't. Okay. Anyway, so 3D printing is something that I'm excited about. I have a dual extruder printer I can put together. Banggood is sending me an Artillery Genius, which is probably not. I wanted the Genius Pro, but I'm on my third or fourth Banggood provider. Person that sends me stuff, and this one, her budget's a little tighter than some in the past. Yeah, you'll see more videos, Chris. That's my point. Is I actually, it's funny. I set out at the beginning of 2021 to make more videos, and I had a template, and I was like, okay, this month, these are the months that I'm going to talk about Home Assistant. These are the months I'm going to talk about LEDs. These are the months I'm going to talk about the electric bug. These are the months I'm going to talk about the Hobbit hole, because back then it was something I was going to do slowly over several years. And then that all got pushed aside, and we did a TV show, and bang, right? It kind of ate up 9 months out of the year. Sir Goodenough is here. Thank goodness. Did you like the thumbnail? I made a thumbnail. That's a new part of what I'm doing too. See, turning over new leaves. It's all about new leaves. What's up, Mr. Sleep Dealer? How's it going, Blackadder? How are you, man? What are you working on? Bringing some more cool stuff to Tasmoda land, Home Assistant land. So anyways, I'm back to being able to do some of those things now. So I thought, well, I want to hear from you fellas. I want to hear what you guys are most interested in seeing in videos in the next coming months. I'm really excited about this too. And this is Stubbs here, Stubbs Christmas. He convinced me to get this stuff. It's this netting stuff. It's kind of like plastic, really fine chicken wire. But what's great about this stuff is that those little meshes there, they're like 1/2 inch squares. They fit a pixel perfectly. So if you want to make a matrix, boom, right there. Any density almost that you want, because you could really pack them in tight, or you could space them out a little bit, or you could space them out a lot. And it's pretty easy to work with. It's pretty lightweight. You can do a lot of things with it. I want to make one and hang it out my window so that I can like reach out my window, hang it, bring it back in from the window. So I don't have to climb up on the ladder to put it out. But you could also make like designs. You know, there's a lot of people do the singing light bulbs, or singing, Christmas trees that look like Christmas trees, or they look like light bulbs, Christmas bulbs, and they sing. You could do that with these so easy. Instead of getting like a cutout piece of Cora and drilling the holes and stuff, it's like a light bright. You just put it where you want to put it and then map it in X lights and all that stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. Take the blue pill. The netting stuff is great for matrices. Yeah, I bet it is. I use that, the mesh, not the mess. I assume you meant the mesh. It's not actually a mess to work with. I hope not. Yes, Nick, talking kind of about channel 2022 plans, especially just the next couple of months. Like I've got some time. You wish Banggood would send you stuff for a detailed review. We did a thing for a while back where like Sir Goodenough did a video. We were talking about that, but that was back in the Woody days. I don't know if this lady would go for that. She might. We'll see. You have a couple singing light bulbs, Nick. Did you make them out of the mesh? I also been working on, Vanessa, how's it going? Just seeing you there. I'm also been working on my cube, my LED cube. I've been soldering these up. I haven't done like a full time lapse or something. I don't think that would be all that exciting. I will film some bits of it and putting it together, but I think the more important part about that will be the software of it and how do you actually make things happen on it. Because, I'll do a video about it and I can spend just a few minutes kind of on the putting it together part. But then I think what's going to matter more is how are we going to get it to do what we want it to do? How are we going to make that matrix, turn it into the Eye of Sauron? And I've thought in my head, my crazy head. So we make this matrix, right? This cube. Well, how would it be to make like a massive cube like that out of pixels, right? I know I've mentioned that before, I think. So Ender's Hotels, original or third party? What's that? Hot Ends? You meant Hot Ends, original, third party. That was something we talked about. Somebody said get the Micro Swiss for the Ender. Working on a bed sensor now. My Sonoff Micro isn't working as it should, so we need to troubleshoot that. Bummer. More bug videos. Yeah, Chris, I got to get that bug running. So today I'm going to go work with, I'm going to go out to Zach's bus with him, and we're going to work on his bus a little bit. Thank you, Sir Goodenough, for testing the test function. I've got little things I want to tweak on the stream. Sir Goodenough, Blade, some of the guys have been working on, a system for using all of your stream currency. So you may not know this, but if you've been watching the stream, you've been building up stream currency. I think Sir Goodenough is far and away the leader with how many? Are you at 100,000 yet? Are you there yet? You're pretty close to 100,000. But we're working on some API interactions that we could make some things happen. So you could spend those nuts. But I think we're going to change the name. What won? Was it Pixels that won? Kingfish is here, and you could still vote probably, Sir Goodenough. You want to post a link to the voting and let people vote. So I think when I originally set it up, it was like 94.4K. Well, maybe in a couple more days. Oh, NFTs. I don't know what to do with an NFT. It sure seems like the way to go. Ask, could you do a video on a Lovelace interface automations for the Amcrest doorbell? I totally should, Tony. I totally should. I got it. Did you see I got it working? And it's in my Home Assistant. And I got thanks to, who was it? Panic? Something Panic was his tag. And he got it set up so we could have an action here when there's a press of the doorbell. You've been burned by NFTs? Did you buy some or did you make them? So there's my front door. Right? So we could totally do something with this. And I don't know what else is available here. Oh, you can hear the sound. That's a live stream from the front door. Crazy, huh? So cool. So cool. Anyways, yeah, I would love to do something like that. So I could put that on my list. It's very sunny, isn't it? And the sun's going down. That faces the west. Hive is being actively worked on. Oh, don't share the secrets? Oh, sorry. I shared the secret sauce. Bought them, a lot of scam projects. Oh, that's a bummer. Yona, you wasted all yours? You wasted all your pixels or your currency, your nuts, whatever they were? It's dark where you are, Blade. You're East Coast, right? You like Vermont or something, if I remember. Something like that. House tour. You'd be disappointed, Nick. You would be quite disappointed. Better to do alien detection. Persons are too common. My access tokens are visible. Oh, shoot. Oh, there you go. Thank you, sir. Boop. Get rid of that. Vermont. See, I remembered. All right, Mr. Eng. Thank you for following. Are you on Twitch? Anywho, need to help Ikifar with the DoorBell add-on. That's true. Test it for him, then you can do that on stream. Yeah, we could do that today too. Like, so right now, I'm free for the next hour and a half, easy. You know, we could go till 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I'm kind of down for whatever. Kind of a how much do you want to see me fumble thing. We should totally look at. Should we look at Ikifar's add-on right now? Cool boards that will allow P2.5. What is matrix to connect to wLED? Ooh, man, that's a good question, Joe. I have some P5 matrices, but those take a special controller. I'd be very interested in how the Pixelheads manage their P something displays. How's the matrix coming? Which are you talking about? This one? Or are you talking about my sound reactive one? Because I have them both. Send you some details of how I made the matrix using the Nest. Yeah, do. Please do. Stubbs is here. Stubbs, and any of the other pixel heads, do you guys use like these P5 or P10 or this guy, whoever just said he had a P2.5? Pocket scrollers. Okay. Pocket scrollers. Let's check them out. From Wired Watts. Culp. Oh, that's not bad. So you plug this in and this communicates with X-Lights and then you can do whatever you want on there, huh? It's a cape for the... Oh, so you have to have a pocket beagle to put this on? Hooked output standard P10, P5 panels. So not a P2.5 maybe. Pocket scroller, 6 outputs, each of which can drive more than 12 P10 1/8 scan panels. I have a bunch of these panels. I haven't done anything with them. The Beagle board is not cheap though either, right? Build a panel. Controllers. Where's just the Pocket Beagle? I have just the Pocket Beagle, yeah. There you go. So somewhere in there. I have one. Just one. Greetings, programs. Witcher Days here. So you're looking at, so to run a matrix like that, those P, and when for you guys that don't know, the P5s are what, 5 millimeters apart, and P10s are 10 millimeters apart, and they're tiny little pixels, but they're bright, so it can make basically like an old-fashioned TV resolution kind of thing outside. Run on a Pi with Falcon Pi player and a color light card. What's a color light card? Is a color light card different than the scroller thing there we were looking at? Because I do need to do something like this too. Like I said, I got these panels. Color light card. Oh wait, no, wait. This is a Home Assistant. You're talking color light card like as in a pixel driver? Or not pixel, matrix. Color light, 5A panel controller. There you go. So it's one word. Here we are. Amazon. Really? Huh. that's not bad. Does this need anything else, or this has everything on board? So this doesn't need like the Beagle thing or whatever, right? This just connects directly to the network, and then you can, so power supply, network, and go. The DigQuad can run these kinds of panels, can it? Really? Because oh, you know what? I've got one. Funny when I pull out something like this and then I realize, oh, I think I may have already bought something for this. This was my Octoprint Pi that I was reflashing. You'll be happy to know when I'm soldering my tons of stuff, I'm actually using my fan so I don't have to inhale all the toxicity. So these are a couple P5 panels that I have. Okay, so these are P5 panels. And I read somebody's firmware where they were running it off of an 82, or this was an ESP32. So I tried somebody's firmware on there and I didn't get anywhere. And then I just as I pull this out of the closet, this thing pops out. What is this? I wonder. Did I actually buy something already to run this? It looks like I did. Such a dope. Oh my word. I wonder how long ago I bought this. So there it is. Well, put this on the list of things I need to work on, right? So this is the Pocket Scroller. Yeah, it's exactly what I've got. Pocket Scroller. Well, there you go. Okay, I already bought a Pocket Scroller. So I guess that's what I'm going to be using. Oh, I had, what do they call that? Amazonnesia, where you order things and you forget you ordered it. Okay, sweet. All right, we'll put that on my list of things I need to play with. That's awesome. This looks pretty good. Has anybody, because this, I mean, for the price, this looks pretty good. Has anybody used these? The color light? Obviously somebody did, because he recommended it. Big difference between these and the Pocket Scroller. Middle of the night, need to get some sleep. And I'm just white noise for you, Yona. Okay, I'll sing you to sleep. Good night, good night. It was a link to a smaller 16 by 16 panel from Amazon. Oh. Bit more configuration, but lots use them as well. For missing too much stuff. M5 Megatree. What would be the best pixel spacing? 1 inch, 2 inch, or 3 inch? PJ Bear says. What do you guys think? I'm a little more on the far apart spacings, but 2 inch seems pretty good. I think 1 inch might be a little too dense, but what do you guys think? What would you recommend for PJ Bear? Make videos with same MO as your most watched video. Yep. How to build a Megatree, how to build a matrix like if we were slow learners. Pretend. I will pretend. You're welcome, Marcos. Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for being here. I did go look at my most watched videos, and it was actually interesting to see that a couple of the top 10 were things I would not have expected. Like my crown molding around the house, that I did with that was one of the first year. And it was, I thought it was kind of crappy, but it's one of the most popular. And then the locks, when I took like a Sonoff 12 volt SV and a Sonoff SV, and I used these magnetic locks to lock the door, my office door. It's up there in the top 10. It's kind of surprising. Any idea when the V3 quads will be back in stock? Jay Bragg says, soonish. I can look back. I know that, I was just chatting with Quindor. I chat with Quindor almost every day, not every day, but almost. And I think we were communicating yesterday. Yep. Yesterday evening. And, he is going to be able to get me some before Chinese New Year's. Chinese New Year starts in a couple of weeks, right? 2-3 weeks, maybe. And I should be able to get, and he didn't say how many yet, because it's still a bit dependent on how many ESP32s they can get their hands on over there. But if, obviously I'll take as many as I can get. I couldn't believe how fast the ones sold out that I have. So you still all for pooper magnet lock. You like my pooper magnet lock, Marshmallow? Top one is getting hair out of the wheels on an office chair. Oh, nice. I know, that dang Chinese New Year. We need to all just take Chinese New Year off. Still working on that Dr. Pepper sponsorship. If you're out there, now that college football season is over. What were some of my other tasks that I had on my list of things? Well, when you get to checkout, double your order. Yeah, that's always the rule, right? Oh, you know what else I did too? And we can put this on the list. I don't know how interested some of you guys are in this. To me, I'm pretty interested in this. So obviously I have the electric bug going. We have a golf cart, which you may not have known. But I bought a used, crappy kind of golf cart for the kids a couple years ago. Banged it up a little bit, running into some trees and things. But it's electric and it still works. And they're not too into driving anymore. Around here, unfortunately, we've had like some... our neighbors are great, but there's a lot of other people around, people on joggings or walkings or whatever, and they see the kids riding around in a golf cart. Even though they're being respectful, it's not like they're trying to destroy anything and they're not being dangerous. They're just driving around to get from place to place or just go for a little ride with their friends or whatever. And they get grief from some people around. You guys aren't supposed to be riding that, and they've been stopped by the police twice because people call the police and then the police come. And the police have always been really cool with them, just saying like, you shouldn't be doing that. Just take it home. They haven't gotten them in trouble or anything. But basically it's gotten to the point now where they're all the kids are too scared to ride it around the house here. So we get to take it up to the Hobbit house. And I think I showed you the tracks, right? The tank tracks for the snow. There you got it, Stubbs. So the tank tracks, I'm ready to buy them, but the people who sell them, that I'm buying them from directly out of China, they're like, oh, hurry up and we can get it to you before Chinese New Year, or get it out before Chinese New Year. I'm not in that big a hurry. But I did, I hate people. I did go ahead and purchase a 6-inch lift and some 22-inch tires for the golf cart. So I'm going to start working on it. I want to put solar panels on the roof. I want to do a beefed up motor controller, so it can be a useful thing, especially up at the Hobbit house, because nobody can stop us there. And if we make it so that it can do the hills and that it can do the get off road a bit and be a reasonably comfortable ride, it'd be great. And solar charged, I think it's perfect for that situation. So John finally made it to a live show, and somebody else was a new subscriber. So do you like unicorns or planes? Unicorns or planes? A donkey cart. Donk cart. Had the police complain to me about giving grandkids a ride on my tractor wagon on a closed road. Yeah. It's like, God, real farm tractor from 1952. That sounds awesome. What happened to having fun? Like, do we have to seriously have a rule or law about everything? A golf cart? Like, we had people yelling at us. We have this big park back here behind the house. And it's grass, kids play soccer on it and stuff like that. And I'm thinking that's a perfectly good place to ride a golf cart. I cannot think of a better place. They're not in the roads. They're not in anybody's yard. And it's a golf cart, which is made to ride on grass, much more expensive and difficult to maintain grass than what's in our park back here. People still complain, you can't be driving that thing on the grass. Don't drive that thing on the grass. It's not a car. It's a golf cart. It's made to drive on the grass. That's what it is. Like, how could that be a problem? It's a problem. So anyways, we're going to take it up to the Hobbit house. We're going to have a good dang time with it. Nobody can stop us. Can I have singing squirrels instead of unicorns? You bet you can. But you know what that means? That means I have to talk through the whole thing so we don't get the copyright strike. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Don't want the copyright strike. That's why I dance and sing, even though I really like listening to this song. Ba-da-da-da-do-da-da-da-ba-boo-ba-ba-ba-boo. Oh my gosh, I'm such a clown sometimes. I can't believe anybody ever takes me seriously. Don't get it. It's private property, yeah. Well, it's not our park. It's the neighborhood park, I guess, or the town, the city, whatever owns it. So, favorite color is orange. Oh, because it's Alice Chalmers' tractor. Nice. Let's see. Kyle says, do I have a video for setting up an IR remote on wLED? I do not. I do not, Kyle. Has anybody done that? Has anybody set up an IR remote on the... Oh, I accidentally hit the critical hit. Has anybody set up an IR remote for the wLED? I know that there's a setting to set the pin. So I'm sure that you just set it as an input pin. I haven't played with it too much, but that's kind of neat. How about a PIR sensor in combo with wLED? So Kim, would you be interested in doing that? I guess I don't know if you can do it without Home Assistant, but maybe you could. Maybe you could. If you could get, it would depend a little bit on what the option is in wLED for inputs like that. And this is a beta version, so this is it's actually probably a good place to look. Oh, maybe this isn't the beta version. Here. Yeah, so there's others, but so the button pin. So I wondered if you could have if you had a PIR sensor that you could, like this is active high. So maybe if you had a PIR sensor that, I don't know if that relay pin means active high. That's probably just for the relay pin. I think that button pin needs to be grounded to be considered active by wLED. So you would need a PIR sensor that would be grounded when activated. And I think they typically are high when activated, not low when activated. But I don't know as much about PIR sensors as probably some of you guys do. So, but that would be the way that I would first try it. Is I would try and find a PIR sensor that is low or to ground when it's active, and then set that up as the button here. Connect the PIR sensor output to the button pin input. You can set it to whatever pin you want. Connect it there. People do it for stair lighting. Well, that's true. I have seen that for stair lighting. And they do it without, like those commercial strips. Yes. Who's done that? The light follows you up and down the stairs. Sir Goodenough, who's done that? Who's done the IR sensor? Did you do it? I'm already seeing some ROS plus Home Assistant integration with that golf cart. The PIR made the LEDs flicker when triggered. Oh, interesting. If you add a matrix cart, you can get one of those mobile billboards. Yeah, it could be a mobile billboard. Just need the IR module. And those IR modules are pretty easy to get. In fact, most sort of Arduino kits come with them. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just, isn't it just an LED almost? It's just an LED that just receives the, well, I guess not an LED. That would be the, oh no, we are talking about infrared. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, something like this. And this comes with the remote and some jumpers. I don't know if this would work or not. This is what I would think. They're pretty available. But again, if you have an Arduino kit, like some of us have had several Arduino kits. I do have some. I'm gonna play with it. Oh, I hit the button again. I keep moving this. I keep pushing things on my desk and running it into the Stream Deck. PIR sensors in the new beta. Ah, got you, Tech Turtle. How's it going, buddy? They come flashed. Would be ready to go. That's right. That's right. 4 data pins send signals out of the gate. Oh, it is flashed, and the new version of wLED does not require you to flash anything special. But you have to go into the settings here, and under hardware setup, it will initially be set up to just 1. So what you have to do is add the other pins 2, 3, and 4 if you want to use those, and then finish the setup here by designating which pin. Come on, guys, tell me what it is. It's 16, then what? 3, 4, 1 or 3, 1, 4. I can't remember which pins are there, but that's what you have to do. So you don't have to reflash. You do have to do a little bit of software setup, but you don't have to reflash. Bum, 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 bum. Well, what should we try and do? Should we try and do the DoorBell integration? Should we try and do the DoorBell integration? Do. Quad pin out. Oh, is that a command? Nice, Tech Turtle. Love that. Love that. Look at that. Yes. So it's it. And I was right when I guessed the second time. 16, 3, 1, and 4 are the ports. Oh, it won't work? Yeah, it did work. More DoorBell, Panic says. Hey, Panic, thank you. Yeah, so can't find Ikifar. Well, you know what? He sent me a link to his repo thing. So let's give it a test. And anybody else, including you, Panic, because I know you have this same doorbell because you helped me get it to be recognized in Home Assistant as on a button press. So let's share Ikifar's MQTT Amcrest integration. All right, use this button below to access the add-on configuration page. Installation, let's go here. Add repository. This is so cool. Okay, here we are. So we're going to pretend like this is a new video. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Today, we're going to set up the Amcrest2MQTT integration. Lon TV does his videos like that. I really am jealous of that. Because he'll like do a live stream like this, but then he'll do those kinds of moments, and then it makes it really easy to clip it out. I should get better at that. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. PIR in the beta of wLED. Yes. Okay, here we go. So we just do this. This is set up now with these My buttons, a really cool way that Home Assistant can allow somebody like this, who has a repository or something else, to quickly connect it via your Home Assistant instance. So if I click this, it will say open page in your Home Assistant, and I say yes. And there it goes. And it will add this repository right here. These are the other repositories I have added, community add-ons and Tasmo backup. So this is going to add this Ikifar HA add-ons repository. Once that is added, oh, you probably can't see it all because I don't have my browser set up to just be totally visible. So let's fix that real quick. Okay. All right. So now there it is, Matheson's HA add-ons. So now if I scroll down here, my add-on store list, down here at the bottom, I will have Matheson's HA add-ons. Yay! All right, let's do Amcrest2MQTT Addon. All right, we will install it. While it's installing, we'll go to the documentation, which doesn't exist, but it's actually here, so that's okay. Basic configuration. Now use this button to access the add-on configuration page. So once it's installed, hello? Oh, it is already installed. Well, then why is it telling me to start it? There we go. That's why. So I can go to the configuration here. And this is where you'll put in all of your MQTT information. And actually, I think he said you don't have to put in MQTT. You don't have, oh, do you have to put the broker in? No, you must have to put the broker in. Because if you don't put the broker in, then it's going to end up, how's it going to connect? Even for like auto discovery. Because I thought there was something about auto discovery. But anyways. All right, Justin Z's here. What's up, buddy? Oh, Jeff's here and he's new, getting started with Christmas lights display. Welcome, Jeff. Starting one project of matrix on a 2x4 pegboard, 1-inch spacing. Good info. Good. I'm glad. That sounds like a good one. You'll have a nice matrix there. 2 foot by 4 foot, 1-inch spacing, 1,000 nodes. That'll be good looking. It'll weigh a dang ton. But it'll be great. What are you going to run it with? You going to run it with a quad? I would suggest something like that. Quad would do. You could probably run it off of one output, but might be better to run it off 2 outputs. And then with that many pixels, you're going to want some fuses. I'd like to know how to wire and use the second independent LED channel on my DrZzs. Ed, I got you covered. We'll do this real quick. We're squirreling just for a second. I know we were doing so good, focused on this Amcrest thing. Here we go. You go down here where it says hardware setup, and you need to be on wLED version 12 or newer. But you go down here where it says hardware setup, and by default, it's only set up with the first one. If you want to use the second output on the DrZzs, you hit the plus to add a second output. The pin on that one is pin 3, and then you just have to set up where your LEDs start. So on this one, it's going to be 0. This is going to end with whatever. the number that goes in here is whatever the number of LEDs is you have on that string, okay? And then the start point here is the end of this other string. So it's the same number as this. So if this is 192, you put 192 here, and then how many LEDs do you have after that? You have 100, you have 200, whatever you have after that. That's how many you have on that second output. And that's it. And then you hook it up to that output and it'll be there. It'll work. Pretty sweet, eh? Pretty sweet. Somebody said, what is the advantage of the Amcrest2mqtt Addon versus the built-in Amcrest integration? Panic says. The advantage is, I believe, to do with some of the other detection possibilities, like button press, which you had already solved, or you had at least helped me to solve it, whoever gave you the solution earlier. But I think it also does things like detection, like the human detection and stuff, but we'd have to ask. I don't remember exactly. Found any controllers yet, but working on that. Yeah. I've been out of them. Sorry, man. I get them and I can't believe it. Wait, I look like Boba Fett? Wait a minute, I do. Oh, man. His teeth are so nice. All right. HA does not have a broker. You need to install it in an add-on external. Oh, but I already have one, I'm sure, don't I? Frig it. So Stone Obscurity, I think the Amcrest camera does the person detection on board, and then it just outputs a detect a person signal, which I believe you can pick up with Amcrest2mqtt. I don't know for sure. All right, well, let's see what this says. Use the button below to access the link. It says, okay, so he does put in the IP address of your MQTT broker, wherever it is, the port, whatever it is, which I think the default is not these, right? Oh, no, this is the MQTT port. Oh, the Amcrest port. I'm sorry. So, yes, this is the IP address of your camera, and I'm sure it's 80 because that's going to be the whatever HTTP output, right? Or HTTP connection to your camera. The username does need to be admin. We found this out, right, when we were using Panic's mechanism for bringing in the button press. So backing up a minute, and I know Panic knows this probably already, but for others, the reason to use something other than just the Amcrest integration in Home Assistant is that the default Amcrest integration in Home Assistant does not register a button press when somebody presses the doorbell. It does a lot of other things. It brings the camera picture in, and I think we can look at what all else it brings in, because it does bring in quite a few things from the doorbell, and it's kind of surprising that it doesn't bring in the button press, but it doesn't. I think it even does like motion, but it doesn't bring in this binary sensor doorbell button is what we set up because Panic had some config lines that helped us set that up. Cross line detected, see, motion detected. So it detects motion. It detects whether it's online. It gives you the state of the camera, which is streaming the picture now. So it gives you a lot of information. If we go here and here, we can go to related. Let's see. Oh, I guess related doesn't really give us that much in this, does it? Yeah, I thought it would give us more stuff here. Let's see what this gives us. Yeah. So it gives you some information, like whether or not it's online, and then gives you the motion detector information, but not the button press information. That's a good idea, Jeff. And you know what you can do? If you want to, you can use a Node MCU, and then you can use sacrificial pixels, or you can get a data booster, because I do have data boosters, which will help you. And you may have trouble with the lag trying to use a Node MCU. Try at least an ESP32. Actually, I have, and this is probably what we should do while we have these sort of downtimes, is I have ESP32s, just the plain ones, and the booster boards, which is really a poor man's Dig Uno without the fuse. But at least it gives you the logic shifting and the basic setup, basic means for running wLED. Motion human detection is already possible to use through the Amcrest integration without needing MQTT. You just need to define an event to listen for, just like the button. Oh, okay. We take a poll every time to see how long they last. It's amazing how fast those boards fly away. It is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I thought for sure this time, for sure, we would keep some in stock because it's after Christmas. You know, people are taking down their lights, and I had like 400 of them. They were gone in 24 hours. Man. So life is good. Life is good. We're going to make some more this year. We're going to get some more out, and I'm going to retire. I'm an excellent show to watch while cooking. Well, good. Don't burn yourself. Don't burn yourself. And whatever you're going to order, double it. Quindor's great. He always says, what do you think about this many? And my answer is the same every time. I will take as many as you will send me. You know, and you could check the international store. The international store may have some, and it takes a little longer and the shipping costs more. But you know, if it's that or nothing, if it's that or wait a month, you know, maybe done. Oh, now you're all done cooking. So now am I a good show to watch while you're eating? I'll try not to do anything gross. Anyways, okay, let's go back to this for a minute. All right, so Amcrest password, storage poll interval. I would just leave that the same. A device name, I guess you could name this as that, would be how it would be recognized by the MQTT broker, other than by the IP address, I guess. And then this is the host. This is where your MQTT broker lives. QoS is whatever priority list, right? So just leave it 0, fine, whatever. Port's usually the same. This is how you log into your MQTT broker. TLS enabled, false. TLS cert, yeah, because this would be encryption if you want your MQTT messages encrypted. He's right, I don't. And this, oh yes, this is it. So by making Home Assistant true down here, you give the topics the title that they need, or the information, the oh man, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I want to say nomenclature, but whatever. You give it the structure that it needs so that Home Assistant will auto detect it, and it will bring in new entities based on this. So, at least 5 of them are coming to my house. I have projects. Marshmallow, message me. Chicken Alfredo, yummy, yummy, yummy. I wonder if I'm going to have anything for dinner tonight. Usually when everybody's busy and I'm home, I eat so bad. I'll probably eat like chocolate fudge left over from Christmas or some crap. That's why I'm trying to prep myself now to, I don't know, die young. On the developer tools page in the events tab, you can listen to all the events by Amcrest and click start listening. Oh, let's do that, Panic Ride. Let's do that for a minute. I still want to test this out though, because I just want to see how it works. I just want to see how this works. So let's go back to the configuration here for a minute. I'm getting so sidetracked. So bad. So bad. So bad. Have you come to expect anything less? You should not have. Pasta, spicy cream marinara. Ooh, that sounds yummy. That sounds yummy. Save me some. Save me some, Blade. Do you think, maybe, I don't know if this is going to be a thing or not, but when the pandemic ends, the quotes is for the ends, not for the pandemic, but when it ends, when it's over, and we can have gatherings again, and it's pretty much free travel, free number of people gathered together, whatever. I would love to have an event at the Hobbit house. Wouldn't that be great? I mean, and we could we'd have a house, we could have some things there, but we could also just have, if you want to bring a camper or something, just come on. Yeah, in 10 years, right? You made Alfredo, Justin made the spicy marinara. I think I'd go for spicy marinara. A doc meetup, that's right. A DrZzs meetup at the wHobbit house. Be so sweet. But we need to plan it out like months ahead of time. So, I mean, if it looks like, you know what I would like to do it? Free love, man. Woodstock, man. I would love to do it during the endish of September. And 2 reasons. One, my birthday is on the 17th, but also Bilbo and Frodo's birthday, which was, if I recall, like the 22nd or something like that. So it's fitting that we would have a gathering at the Hobbit house during that time. Robert, subscribe. Robert, do you like unicorns or planes? So unicorns or planes? Bring all our pixels. Bring the Jeep out to Moab. Yeah, do it. I think well, no, by then I better have some power, man. I better have some power. Lots of power. Lots of power. Okay, where was I? I was going to set up this Amcrest thing. So if I go look in my configuration currently, add-ons or like integrations like this, they can use secrets now, or can they not use secrets? You guys remember? Secrets is not open. So this is what we put in for Panic's solution. And this is the one that, both of these two things, these are what listen to the event, right? So this is what listens to the Amcrest event. And probably Amcrest2mqtt, maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to put the host in here, which is the IP address up there. So 192.168.145. And then I guess I'll leave the port at 80. Oops. Leave the port at 80. The user we decided was admin. The password, I do not remember. I don't remember. Can I do the exclamation point password? Probably not. Hey, just discovered your channel from the remote control window videos. Love it. Look forward to future videos. Thank you very much, Jared. Oh, you're a good man. Let's run some unicorns for Jared and for who was it that, Richard, I think, that subscribed and I said, you want unicorns or planes? Unicorns it is. I'm glad you found us on the remote window. So like on the little side over there where it says like, hey, there's a dude that's live. I can use secrets. Okay, cool. So I can use this. I can just copy this. Copy that and paste it over here. You would think I would know that it can use secrets. Oh, look at that. I think they did this for me. I bet they did. I'm going to claim that Frank and the gang did this because they know how much I like to leak my passwords. So they made the passwords here so they don't show up. If it doesn't work, we'll know why. Yes, Jared, join us on Discord, my friend. Keep it going. We got a lot of good stuff going on all the time. We are makers. Did I ever tell you guys, do you want me to tell a story? Should I tell a little story? Is it story time? I think it's story time. I almost did 3 minutes of work without stopping or being distracted, so it's definitely time to tell a story. Back in probably 2014, somewhere around there, 13, 14, I went to my first MakerFaire, and I don't know that I had heard much about a MakerFaire before. I think I heard the name and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And so we went to a MakerFaire here in Salt Lake, and that was the first time that I really realized how many people there were in the world that love the things that I love, that think the way that I think. And it was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, I have found my people. Like, this is I'm the lost member of this tribe at the MakerFaire. That was a big part of what kind of encouraged me to say, well, what if I just started making videos about all these projects I do? Because there's probably other people that like doing this and they would learn from it. And then because even in 2014, I wasn't watching YouTube even very much or at all. So I was just doing my own little things at home and having a good time. But I went to the MakerFaire and went, what? I love this. So anyways, that was the story. It was pretty short, but the story is, I went to a MakerFaire and I found my people. I was like from the lost tribe of maker people. Okay, so we got that. So device name, we will call it DoorBell. I'll even call it front doorbell because I am going to put a back one because I have two. I just haven't figured out a way to power it yet. MQTT host is going to be my Home Assistant instance. And if you want to do this, you don't have MQTT set up for something else, you will need to set up the MQTT broker first for that to work. QoS is fine. The port is always 1883. I scrolled with my mouse wheel and it moved. I know you guys aren't seeing this because I'm doing it over there because I was thinking I had my password out and I don't. MQTT username. Okay. What's up, Jeff? You can show that. Hey, Dan's here. Storytime, DrZzs puts us to sleep. Is that a good thing or a bad one? Sometimes I tell people, like, they show up for surgery and they're like, oh, I hardly slept at all last night. And I tell them, oh, good. Then we won't give you any drugs. We'll just sing you a lullaby. You'll be off to sleep. I'm trying to get him to chuckle. It has an included broker, but you have to set it up. The origin story of the floating head. You know, I can tell you the origin story of the floating head. Not yet, though. That is why I started making videos. All right, let's see. What is the flipping password? Okay, I'm not going to enable TLS. Am going to enable Home Assistant. Okay. I think that should do it. So now we're going to go here. We're going to start it. Let me turn those on. We're going to start it. We're going to go to the logs. Jared again. Any advice for a novice wanting to motorize their windows to avoid losing his mind in quarantine? Oh, did you watch my videos about that? Did you watch them? Because I did some. Thank you very much, Jared, by the way. I did a couple videos. So there's, depending on how your windows work, right? If you have sliding windows, which I think probably are the majority of windows, but maybe that's just in newer houses. How old is your house again? Sir Good Enough? Isn't your house really old? Some people live in houses that are, 50, 60, 70 years old. And so the windows may be different, but whatever. If you have sliding windows, then look for linear actuators. To me, a linear actuator is the easiest way to open a sliding window, because you can get them in a variety of strengths and speeds, and they do what they say. They extend and they shorten. You can get a little creative in how you mount them to get more or less opening. Usually, though, you're going to be limited to opening it about halfway. I do have one really long one that I wanted to put on my window here, and I still might at some point, but it's 1890. You see what I mean? I said he lived in an old house. I knew it. Neighbor's house is 1890. Yours is 1929. Wow. They slide up and down. You can do either one, because what you need, so you need this, right? You need a linear actuator like this, but then you also need a couple other things that you need. You need something to mount with, and they usually come with some mounts like this, which are good, and you can use those. Make sure that you've got them mounted into something strong. The one I have down in my basement, I just had it mounted. I thought it was into some wood, but it was just into like the whatever kind of plastic it is that makes the window frame. So it just kind of tore out after time. So get it into something good. And those both go on both ends. And, one side has to connect to the window itself and the other side connects to the wall, and it pulls it back and forth. Make sure you clean and lube the heck out of your track where the window slides to make it as easy as possible for this poor thing. Then this is just a DC motor. So this takes, usually it's 12 volts, but this just takes 12 volts. The motor here just takes 12 volts. And if you put positive on red and negative on black, it will go in one direction. If you switch that, it will go in the other direction, which means you need what's it called, guys? An H-bridge? An H-bridge an H-bridge controller. And actually, I think if you go to my store, totally getting squirreled again. Huh? I think I put some of these things in here. Is it my favorite things? Nope, I guess I didn't. H-bridge motor driver. Yeah, these. So I've used a bunch of these, and they work great. Basically, you hook up the control to the little pins here. You hook up power to the middle, and then you hook up the motor to the sides here. And I guess these, you can hook up 2 motors to these, but you only usually are going to use 1. So maybe you can find some other ones that maybe only have 1 motor. But then based on what you input, I'm pointing to the screen, that doesn't help anybody. What you input here from your controller, which would be like an ESP32 or something, or ESP8266, then, or a button press, that then switches the direction that the motor spins and makes it go in or makes it go out. So I need to redo the video on that because ESP Home has changed a bit, and my devices that I have that do that need an update. So that's one way, linear actuators if you have sliding open and close windows. The other windows that you might have, which I also got to work, are the crank types. You get a little handle on there, you crank them around. The way I did that was with a geared DC motor, the same kind of motor controller, which turns one way if the polarity is in one direction and turns the other way if the polarity is in the other direction. Then it was just a matter of getting a gear that meshed with the little spindle, I guess it would be, or spline, maybe it is. I don't know, whatever it is, on the window crank that's already there, and some sort of 3D mounted or built box to hold it all together. So maybe there's other things. I mean, you could probably just do it with, is there something simpler, Sir Goodenough, or others? Like is there a reversing switch that does something different? See, these are things that I didn't learn because I didn't actually take any sort of classes on any of this stuff. Just making it up as I go. Spline shaft, thank you. Curmudgeon, how's it going? I had a really good time watching Jim's stream the other day. He's a good dude. I liked that. That was Edge of Tech, right? Edge of Tech. It was really cool for me to actually just be in the audience for a change. It was kind of fun. I was sitting here and I was actually soldering these. I was putting together some of these, which is what I'm doing lately to relax. And I had YouTube open and I looked on the sides over there and I saw Edge of Tech or whatever, and it said he was putting together a 3D printer live, and I was like, heck yeah. So I put it on there. And because of that, I went and told Banggood to go ahead and send me that Artillery Genius printer. But like I said, I said earlier, she's going to probably send me the Genius and not the Genius Pro, which is too bad. But whatever. Two channel for air compressor, air line valve. Oh, nice. 2-channel Sonoff relay wired for reverse switching. Oh, that's a great idea. AT Junkie, that's a great idea. Now, how much current can that take? I guess, I don't remember how much current those Amazon motor controllers can handle. That's where I would worry a little bit. 2 amps. So max current is 2 or 3 amps. Jared, you're killing me. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the advice. Sorry for derailing the coding. No problem. Community really seems welcoming. Y'all are low-key smart in here. Have a good night. I'll be back when I break my window. Nice. All right, Jared. See you, man. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the rabbit hole, my friend. Yeah, join us on Discord. Join us on Discord, and you'll have lots of more help and places to share whatever goes good or sideways with your window project. Have a couple in a box with other Arduino parts. Of these things, these work well. This is what I used. But this was also the only thing I could find, or the first thing I found. So there may be other things that work better. This just happens to be the first thing that I found that worked. So I've kind of stuck with it. Okay, let's get back to this for a minute. So I think we finished that and then we started it up, didn't we? Find myself here. So that looks like it started. Okay. And there's no errors. So then the next thing we should do is go to the developer tools. And if it worked, we should have some new entities here. And we do. We do. So it worked. So, gosh, this gives you a lot of stuff. And this looks like it's giving you SD card information. Wow. That's cool. Front doorbell storage used. Storage total. So it's a 64 gigabyte card in there. It's got 10 gigabytes worth of stuff used on it. 18.4%. That's cool. It's online. So some of these are going to be the same ones we had, but some of them are not going to be the same, right? Motion detected. So this one's motion. So human. Now it's listening for human. And front doorbell door and off. So this is the button. This is the button. And this is the front doorbell button. This is not the button that we made because the other button that we made with Panic's method was just called the doorbell, right? If we go back here, oh no, it is called front doorbell. Amcrest2 binary sensor, motion detected, crossline, online. So those three, motion detected, crossline, online. I wonder which one is it that when you press the button, binary sensor named doorbell button. No, this is it. Doorbell button. Yeah, so this created the doorbell button. So there is a doorbell button. There's a doorbell button entity now, which is different than this. But I think this one right here, I wonder if I can't trigger it from here because it's a binary sensor. It's not a switch. It's a binary sensor. So let me see. Let me see if anybody's in the house. Hold on a second. Make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Hey, can somebody help me test something by going out front and pressing the doorbell? See if it works.
Announcing.
What have you done, Blackadder? What have you done? You autocomplete me. That would be a funny meme t-shirt, right? You autocomplete me. Can you go press the doorbell? Just go up front, open the door, and press the doorbell. All right, let's watch this front door doorbell and see if it gets turns to on when he presses it. And if he does, then Ikifar has done it, and he has made it very simple. Yep, it worked. Perfect.
Someone is at the front door.
Yep, and that's Aleka. Show me the front door.
Okay. Sorry. Front door isn't responding. Please check its network connection and power supply.
Okay, that's awesome. What are fixing it? Thanks for the stream. All right, sir, good enough. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Do you like unicorns or planes? So unicorns or planes. More Z's merch? I could come up with some merch. I've got my Aidendale shirts on there. I love my Aidendale shirts. What do you want? That's why I think one of the main things that would be a big hit as far as merch goes for this community would be a Pixelheads logo. Can I share the Pixelheads logo you guys made? Analog announcement, always effective. Just yell down the stairs. He's like, what did she say? Pixelhead merch, I tell you what. Pixelhead merch. Share it with the Pixelheads. That's what we should do. That it's pinned right in the Pixelheads channel. Somebody pop a link in there. You guys can find it quicker than I can. And then we'll get the opinion of everybody else. We'll get the opinion of anybody else that about what they think of that logo. I love it. I just think those pixels are a little. That's all. That's all I think. But anyways, show me what you got. Bring it on. A drawing of a squirrel that I drew. Oh man, you live in a twisted world, my friend. Twisted world. Yeah, it worked. It totally worked. It totally worked. So we can tell Ikifar that it worked. It works. It works. It works. It works. Yeah. You see right, Sir Goodenough. You see right. It works. So this sensor here, binary sensor, front doorbell, which is the name of it, and then doorbell, that's the one that switches when somebody presses the button. Bing, bing, bing. So, I mean, it worked. It was as simple as going to that configuration page, which is now closed, but basically, putting in some of this information. So you're going to need to know your MQTT information as far as how you log into your broker and the IP address, of course, and then the Amcrest camera or Amcrest doorbell information, including how you log in. You have to be admin. The port is 80, but the IP address and your password. And if you set Home Assistant true, then it will add a bunch of new devices a bunch of new sensors and devices, which show up. Most of them are right here. So let's see, front doorbell cross-line detected. So some of these are from the other thing that Panic did. So I don't remember which ones. There's motion detected. So these are both, they're from different things. So let's see. That one's probably from the older one because it's, no, well, clear from 454 versus clear from yesterday. So this one, front doorbell motion detected, this is the one that we set up previously. So this one is not part of the MQTT integration that we just did. So the one that says motion detected is not, but the one that just says motion is. So with that integration, you get that motion sensor. You probably also get this human sensor. Yep. So if it detects a human, that will also, this will go positive. So it's these three, I think, at least. And then there's an online one. And then we saw the storage and the storage used. So dang cool. So dang cool. Any videos of solar setup? See, there's another thing I would love. Ain't no secrets, lawn, and how to. Any videos of solar setups? I don't, but I would love to. I need to get into that more because I don't understand it. I've made some expensive mistakes already. And I need people to send me free batteries. That's just how it's going to be. Actually, I will give a plug to my solar provider. We've had an interesting relationship. So story time again. Ready for some story time? And then after this because Blackadder is a stud. He's a stalwart in the home assistant community that has done a ton of good work for everybody. And he wanted to hear the origin of the floating head videos, why I did floating head things. So I will do that right after this, Blackadder. Okay. So here's the story about my solar experience up at the wHobbit house. Here at our house, our main house, we got solar panels a few years back, 2017, 18 maybe. And I got them from a place here in town, which is a really good place that I really liked, called, and even now I get the name mixed up. I think it's Solar Wholesale, but it might be Solar Warehouse. I think it's Solar Wholesale. And therein lies the trouble. Because when we went to buy the kit for the wHobbit house, I wanted to buy it from the same place. And rather than like go through my emails and stuff, I mean, it was, to say that it was a hectic time up there is an understatement. I just went to Google and searched Solar Wholesale, Solar Warehouse, something like that. And I thought, okay, I think I found the guys that sold me this other stuff. So I will buy stuff from this website. I started contacting them. The guy that contacted me back, so did their salesman. His name was Josh. First name was Josh. Last name was something else. But the other guy that I had bought my other solar panels from 4 years ago, his name was also Josh. So I thought I had found the same place. Time goes on and it turns out it's not the same place, but now I'm far enough down the road with them that I'm like, I'm just going to use these guys that I found. And they're out of California. They're not out of here in Utah. They're out of California. And things started going sideways early. We had a lot of things I felt like, oh man, that's not very good. That's not very good. We had, things showed up without announcement. They just kind of said, the driver called, hey, I'm going to drop off all these panels in a half hour. And I'm like, there's nobody at the house. Can't do that. And, then they dropped a bunch of stuff off and I didn't have time to check it. And then turned out, a few weeks later, I realized they didn't drop off the generator. Like they said they did, like it's on the invoice, but it's not here. They did not drop off the generator. It's kind of a big deal. It's like a big $5,000 generator. So, but to their credit, I called them, I told them, and then like the next day the generator appeared. Again, they didn't tell anybody it was coming. It just was in the driveway all of a sudden. Okay, we got the generator. Well, we didn't open the generator for a few months. I think some of you know where I'm going about this, is the generator, when we opened it, it had been crushed. Like they had set something on it that was massive and had just completely destroyed the outer casing of it. The inside still worked. It's still the same generator and it works, but it had been crushed. Again, to their credit, I contacted them and they sent me all the parts to replace the outer things and some of the hinges and stuff that got bent. So they were great. They did a good job. The most recent event was even more my fault. Well, I guess let me two more parts to this. When the batteries arrived, they arrived in horrible condition. Horrible. They were wrapped with like one layer of saran wrap on a pallet. They'd been sent from California to like Illinois and back to Idaho. That didn't make any sense, but that's what happened. And so they got banged around and bounced around. They spilled acid everywhere. It was just a mess. It was a disaster. I contacted him, showed him the pictures. The lady was like, I can't believe this. We'll you just let me know how many we need to replace. Well, I tested them and it looked like they were going to be okay. And so we put them in the little power shed and we had kind of been running off them. But honestly, every time I tried to run off them, they seemed to drain down faster than I thought they should. But whatever. Okay. I had filled them up with water so that they had a good level and everything. Well, then this past month or so where we got some freezing temperatures up there, several of the batteries just froze. Like they were, when I tried to charge them, they were splitting at the sides. They were pouring water out the top. So batteries are bad. Again, to their credit, as much trouble as I've had with these solar system and what I've gotten from them, so far they seem to be very responsive. I emailed the lady and said, remember those batteries? Well, they're bulging and they're not charging and they're spilling acid and everything. And I was like, is your offer still good to replace them? And she's like, yeah, I'll get right on getting a replacement to you. So the name of the company is Unbound Solar now. They changed their name partway through last year, which I initially took as a bad sign. But it may be because of that confusion, right? Because I think they had started out being like wholesale solar instead of solar wholesale. And so blah, blah, blah. I got in with a company that I didn't intend to. And I think I still would have been happier with this local company. It would have been a lot easier to deal with a lot of these things because I wouldn't really have had to ship them. I could have just gone to their shop, picked them up, put them in my truck and drove them up to my place. It would have been a lot easier. But anyways, that's where we're at now. But to their credit, at least they have stepped up when things have gone wrong. All that said, I still am learning a lot of things about off-grid living and solar and batteries and all that stuff. And so I will keep you posted and make videos about it. Do you see what's happened here while we've been sitting here? Hey, Mark, how are you, man? Hey, you're alive. Thank goodness. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Mark was one of our original channel helpers. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you, man. How you doing? You doing well? Anyway, so while we've been sitting here, somebody's gone in and out of the door a couple times, and you can see that it has gone from clear to human detected, and obviously also to motion detected. So freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Yeah, story time. Story time. Inventory from some 8 closed solar companies last year. Oh, wow. You know what? That's great. You know, it's for us. I feel bad for anybody who, puts a ton of money into starting a company and then fails, which clearly has happened with some of these solar companies. They're like, oh yeah, we got to jump on this. And then they invest and then they fail. But, that certainly means you got some closeout inventory close at hand. Condarsa. So go get it, man. Go get a bunch. Hey, Keaton, got the A40 doorbell set up a few days ago. Nice. Working great. Hey, Keaton, did you see what we're doing today? You got to do this, my friend. You got to do this. You got to do this here. Copy this and paste it over here. And this is Amcrest2mqtt custom integration from Ikifar, Matheson. And it works brilliantly. We just did it. You still want to do the Home Assistant integration so that you can get the camera feed, but that gives you the Matheson Amcrest2mqtt integration, lets you very easily integrate it into Home Assistant. Amcrest2mqtt is not new, but before you had to do it with your own kind of separate custom Docker container to set it up. Matheson just made it easy and made it an add-on, and it works. It works brilliantly right off the bat. So starting to look into wind power. Must have a lot of wind near the mountains. I do want to do some wind power. I've been watching some videos about wind power. There's a couple guys I really like. I really like Just Have a Think. And if you search like on YouTube, like wind power, is it worth it? There's like 20 videos about wind power, is it worth it? And as long as I can keep getting free turbines from Banggood, it'll be worth it. But, wind, I'm not expecting a ton from wind. but it would be nice to have some, because there are times where you don't have a lot of sun, but you got wind. So I would like that. And right where we are, we clearly have wind. Sometimes we have plenty of wind. So I would like to get that. Okay, Pixelheads logo. Here it is. What do you think? What do you think? Because I would love to make some merch that's Pixelhead oriented. Make some sweatshirts, hats, coffee cups. What do you guys want? T-shirts. I'm a hoodie guy, obviously. So I wear hoodies all but about 3 months out of the year. So I want a Pixelheads hoodie. As long as you don't think the pixels look too, you think it needs work? I think it's this close. I think if we just redid the RGB, just redid these pixels a little bit, I think it could work. Yeah, Stone Obscure. That's what I was trying not to say. I was trying not to say, but that's what it felt like to me too. But maybe, we could also turn these into little people, give them little arms and a face, and then that wouldn't look like other things. But I think it's really close. I mean, I love that it's just simple. We got the strip down here. We got those. I mean, Pixelheads, it just says what it needs to be. Johnson's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Joel. The WS2011 isn't necessary, and the whole thing isn't lit anyway, just the tip. That's true. So maybe make these, I'm happy to go to somebody on, and I've said this before to the Pixelheads, and I just haven't done it, but I'm happy to go to like Fiverr or something and, get somebody to make a logo, kind of explain to them what we are and give them what we've started with and see what they come up with. Usually those folks will give you, you pay them X dollars, and obviously I'm paying all this, and I'm happy to pay it. Happy. We can get them to come up with 3 or 4 logos to look at, and we can pick from that. That made it worse. Did you try something and it made it worse? Who made this, Tech Turtle? Did you make this? It is great. I mean, and if we didn't do anything to it at all, it'd still be good. Some modern abstract art. 99 Designs. What's that, Richard? I don't know that. Graphics design company. $99 on logo. Oh, here it is. By Vista. Like Vista Print. Ba-dum-bum. How's it going, Rocco? I did. It looks good. It's like I said, it's that close. We're on the right stuff. Oh, we'll get it there. We'll get it there. I gotta put that high on the list. Not fully finished when I started an channel. Okay. What else do you guys want to do for the next? We can do another at least 20 minutes worth of stuff. And then this has been helpful to me because I'm gonna keep working on some of these things. I really want to get I think my priority. Here's how it is in my head. I've got the script already written for this relay board video. So I think I need to work on this relay board video. Other things that I already have filmed. I already have filmed a video where we did an LED thing around the ceiling for Zoe. And it was inspired by what Christian Air Cookie had in the background during the Home Assistant conference. If you watch that, up above Christian's head to the left, he had some sort of a fixture, and it was putting lights up on the ceiling. And I thought, that thing is so cool. And so he said he was going to do something, like do a write-up about how he made it. I couldn't wait. And so I just had some aluminum channel and some strips. And so we made something. And I think I could make another version, make it a little better. But it works, and it's on the Sound Reactive wLED version, and it's pretty fun for her. She plays music. It does fancy things. So I need to make a video about that. And I have most of the footage already done. I just need to put it into a video. It'd be kind of like the one I did with Zach, which is like number 3 or so on my channel as far as number of views. So obviously those kinds of projects are popular. So I got those two. Here's a funny one, but I do have all of the footage available for my deck, for the deck railing that I built at the Hobbit house. Random as that is, I have all the footage. So when I have the footage, I feel like, well, there's one I could just kind of make, get going. Resell them. There's a shortage. Raspberry Pis. I don't know what to do with them. Yeah, there you go. True that. True that. Evil's kids. Oh, he was going to do it. Yeah, he was going to do it. Yeah. Totally worth it, right, Pat? It was worth it for me too. The Aidendale logo that we have, which I really like for the Hobbit house, is done through there. We did it through a guy at Fiverr. In fact, I'd probably just contact that same guy. He was pretty cool about it. So I'd probably just have him do it again. You already know him. You could probably work directly with him and cut out Fiverr, and he could get a little more money for the same amount of work. Anyone to help one-on-one with Home Assistant? Oh no, I just got my 2-year integration back working since October. Yay, Rachel. What do you need? We can't do 1-to-1, but we can do 94-to-1. The floating head story. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ain't no secrets. Hopefully Blackadder is still here. He may have gone to get a snack or something, but so this is not nearly as exciting a story as some of the others I told. I think the solar story was pretty detailed and long, and then the MakerFaire story was like emotional. This one is just a story. So probably about 2014 again. Some friends of mine that I used to play Xbox with years ago said, "You got to get an Xbox. We got to play Destiny. Okay, this new game is coming out. We got to play it. So you got to go get an Xbox." All right. So I seriously ran out, found a guy on KSL, bought an Xbox like that day. Because I was excited. Like these were guys I played Halo with way back when it was Halo 1 on the original Xbox, So we started playing that, and again, at that point, I was doing nothing with videos or pixels or anything. So I had just extra time. So I would watch Twitch. And there was a guy on Twitch, and his name was Angry Iceberg. And he wore so a lot of guys on Twitch, they do like I do, right? With the background like this, and their game is playing behind them, right? And, but this Angry Iceberg guy, he wore a turtleneck, and he had a beard. He had a long beard, and he wore a green screen turtleneck. So all it was his head and sometimes his hands. And I thought that was fun. Like that was pretty unique, so you could see the game even through his shirt and stuff behind him. And I thought that was pretty fun. And so when I started, first doing, my first YouTube video, I don't think I did that, but, after a couple of them, I thought, let's try a gimmick. Let's see if there's a gimmick I can sort of stand out with. And I did look at some like how to make engaging YouTube videos, and they said something like you got to make a change like every 8 seconds or 10 seconds. You got, boom, boom, boom. You got to make a change. And so I thought, what if I get a green screen turtleneck and then bounce my head around the screen and bounce like every 10 seconds or so, bounce my head around the screen. Bing, 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 bing. And I did it. And some people loved it, and it drove some people crazy. Some people love it, and it drove some crazy, but it became a thing, and it's fun. I still have this. It's there. It's right here in my closet. I get it out every once in a while. But I don't film videos the same way I did. Now when I film them, as you've seen, I sit here at my little stream station, and I just don't have quite the number of graphics in OBS, but I record them through OBS, and I have a little teleprompter I put over my webcam, and I do it that way. And I like it. It's comfortable. It's easy. I can do it. It's quick. The old way was I would sit in front of the camera and read my script and do it back and forth. And it was kind of hard and took a long time. And I had lights, I had better lighting, but I had lights, and it was hard. Looking into those lights is a pain in the butt and all that. So anyways, that's the story of the floating head. And then I kind of got away from it. Mostly, out of laziness, probably a little bit, and maybe a little bit out of people being like, good video, but stop with the floating head stuff. You're driving me crazy, So, but I'm not done with it. I'm still going to do it. Just save it for special occasions. Oh, please tell me that's somebody with dinner. Oh, hi, baby.
There's dinner downstairs. There's shrimp tacos.
Oh.
Wait, like you make your own shrimp tacos. Mom wants 10.
Oh, mom went.
It's really good. I just had
Really? Oh!
I am sick.
Shocked me. Oh, that's okay. I don't mind. It's the night I missed the end of the videos. I put him on this week, but you know what? Certain enough, I was thinking about what you said about that, and I still have that night. That night is from Destiny. That's like my guy wearing some armor from Destiny and a thing, and I danced him around. I played around in Final Cut Pro, and I took out the back and all that. I still have that footage. I freaking better. So I will put the dancing night, and what we're gonna do, what Sir Goodenough suggested. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna back to talk. Wow, man, how did I shock you again? So it was the dancing night we were talking about. Oh, I'm gonna do like a stream ending video, like a clip like that, like I play at the beginning where it plays the song. So we're gonna do a scene like that, but we'll have the dancing night at the end. So, and I'll put like the Patreon names, and actually we've got YouTube channel subscriber names and things like that we'll put on there too. And maybe we'll come up with some fun things. Maybe there's some other text we can draw out of the stream. Maybe we can do things like most commenter, or tips, or I don't know what we can put out there, but we can comment of the week, not WEAK. So how's it going, Rachel? I missed the dancing night. Okay, we'll get it back out there. So what can we do for you, Rachel, with your Tasmoda integration? How can we help you? And I want to, let's see, just do some Home Assistant videos again. Something to watch in 12 months. I hate those hour-long streams. You got it. I understand, Full. Thank you for being here, though. I know you can't watch the whole thing, but thank you for being here. The streams were something that obviously came about because of the time crunch, and I was spending too much time making videos. But I think I'm ready to make more just videos. There are so many guys now making good Home Assistant videos, and I feel like I'm not on the cutting edge of Home Assistant anymore. But I will certainly gladly make things about what I'm doing. And I can tell you some of the things that I want to make, like what we just did. That's pretty awesome. But also, when you go into NodeRed, like I've got a couple things here that I think are pretty useful that would probably be good to have a video about. So here is, this is my outside temperature flow thing. So this is the thing that turns on or off the air conditioning and the heating and the quiet cool fan, the house fan, the attic fan. So it does a little bit of logic where it looks at the outside temperature and it says, okay, is it, which range is the temperature in? And then based on which range the temperature is in, it does some things, which is kind of cool. So it's a bit more complicated than a regular thermostat sort of logic. It's not just, oh, the room temperature is this, do this, right? It's the outside temperature is this. So click on the thermostat and then let the air conditioner decide if it needs to come on or not based on how warm the house is, but also turn on the fan if it's cool enough outside and don't turn on the air conditioner. So something like that. And then this announcements one, which we did a long time ago, which still works well. And it's kind of cool. It's got, so another text to speech on Google and on Alexa. This uses Alexa Media Player. This uses the TT Say Cloud or TT Cloud Say, which is a really cool bonus feature of Nabu-Casa. So with Nabu-Casa, you get to use TTS Cloud Say, and then you can do things like changing which voice it is, the accent, and it's useful. And it's just automatically found. It finds your devices, and it's pretty nice. So, Tyson, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? You getting ready to do like a Easter show, St. Patrick's Day show at your house? Just editing the device to the new one. Okay, I need to revisit the garage door automation video again now that I have Tuya back online. Oh yeah. So Rachel, what I've done, I can show you mine. I think I can. Let's see. I don't have nearly as many automations as I did once. So I'm using the MQTT CarPresence, right? And I've got it set up really simple. This is the simple ones. Yeah. So let's just look at these. Edit the automation. So the trigger is simply the CarPresence binary sensor. So that is when Luma's binary sensor connects. So it's the D1 Mini with the Luma's sketch on it. You can do it with Tasmoda also. In fact, I think these are with Tasmoda. I can't remember how we ended up on that because we did do it both ways once point on one stream. But once that car sensor is turned on, then all it does is toggle the garage door. It's that simple. Now, the downside to doing it that simply. If your garage door is already open and your CarPresence sensor is activated, it will close the garage door. You don't want that. Typically, you want it to toggle, but you're assuming that it starts in a closed position when you're either getting in the car to leave or when you're coming around the corner back to your house. The times when you want it to close are when you've left your driveway or when you're in the garage and you turn it off. So if you take manual control of the garage door, you may get this out of sync. The way to fix that is the way Luma had his automation, which took into account whether or not your garage door was open or closed and did the right thing based on that. And I just could have done that and just didn't. You can MQTT. It's a beautiful thing. 3 months versus 2. Yeah, that's funny. I'm sorry, Rachel. We'll get you MQTT in before too long. An automation for Aleka for when he says NodeRed TTS response back. Well, this NodeRed thing that I've got set up is so beautiful in its effectiveness as far as the announcements go. You can set it up because of NodeRed and because of the key factor in NodeRed is its repeatability. So you can take this half of this whole part of this automation here, or flow, I guess, since NodeRed, but this whole part from this node here all the way to limiting that it doesn't make announcements after 10:30 at night. So if I'm leaving work, like last night, I left work at 3:30 in the morning. So I didn't want to make an announcement to the house that I was coming home. But when I come home during the daytime, the kids still get the announcement and they love it. You can even see this one happened yesterday afternoon when I came home for the first time was when this was announcement was called. So what you can do then, because we've got this part all set up and it goes to all these media players, is all I have to do is make these. These run off of just buttons. So if I press the button that's for sign off, then it says it's time for sign off, time for sign off, time for sign off, right? If I press the bedtime button, it says scriptures, prayer, pajamas, and teeth, scriptures, prayer, pajamas, and teeth, And if you want to make announcements based on buttons, you just add another one of these. You just go right into this, and whatever it says, where is it? Event state. Oh, is it over here? It's in here. Yeah. Whatever it says in here is what it will announce. And then here you just change which is what the trigger is. So those are very repeatable. And then this part of it you can reuse, just change what it says, and then you just change a trigger. In this case, it's a trigger that says when my device tracker goes from the state of work to not home, it triggers. So when I'm sitting at work, Life 360 knows where I'm at, and so do how many of our other people they sold my information to. And when I go from work to not home, when my state changes from work to not home, that means I've left work and I'm now in the not home area, which is anywhere outside of work, which 99% of the time means I'm on my way home. Then it makes the announcement. And it's kind of fun because the announcement says, Daddy just left work. He should be home in about 30 minutes. Get ready for hugs. Isn't that fun? And that's the power of NodeReds and these link nodes, right? Is that this links to that, but so does this. And so does this. And if so I can just make these two nodes. I want to make a new automation. I don't have to do all this. I can just do these two nodes, just copy them, change the trigger, change what it says, and it's going to make a new announcement. It's pretty awesome. I know I was so hardcore now, YAML. Yeah, I was. It took me a while. I'm slow. So, my wife makes fun of me because she'll buy me like new clothes, hugs, no money. That's right. I'm giving out hugs, no money. My wife will buy me new clothes and I will hang them in my closet for like 6 months. Sometimes the kids will wear them before I wear them. But eventually when I'm like, oh, that's been in my closet now for a few months. Okay, I'll wear it. You have a blueprint that does the same things are good enough. That's awesome. So, and that's not YAML anymore. At this point, Tyson, with few exceptions, you don't have to do YAML. There's a few times where you do, but not very much. Not even somebody like me that was pretty YAML happy. So when they get the announcement, they do the 5-second cleanup and from the big comfy couch. That's right. Well, they know they set a timer when I get that announcement. They set a timer and they turn off YouTube in 25 minutes. And I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care if they don't do anything until I get home. And then right before I get home, they clean up the house and they make pretend like everything was perfect all day. That's good enough for me. I don't ask much. Asked Blade for something like that, and it was determined to be spam, which it actually is. Yeah. For the garage door state somewhere. A blueprint for the garage door state. There is a blueprint. Yes, Sir Goodenough made a blueprint. That's right. That's right. Maybe that's what he was talking about. Sir Goodenough made a blueprint for that, Rachel. He did. And he did the setup to use it with Tuya. So you can try that. I tried it, and I don't remember where I kind of got hung up. But, it works. He made it. It works. I don't remember what the problem was with mine. Maybe do some more collab videos. The ones you did with Air Cookie and Andres were awesome. Sure, I missed some, but they were fun. Thanks, Matt. You know who I want to do some with now is like, is his name Jim? Curmudgeon, are you still here? The guy from The Edge of Tech. So there's a 3D printing community out there that I've just kind of tapped into from time to time because I have been interested in 3D printing. But there's a 3D printing community out there that I want to reach out to and get involved with as well. I want next year, and I don't know if they'll let me. I don't know if they'll want me, but I want to do the YouTube makers gift exchange thing next year. We always watch Colin Furs, and he always does with somebody. And the person that made Colin Furs his Christmas present this year has like 60,000 subscribers. So a very small channel compared to his, like, I don't even know how many Colin has now, like 10 million, 11 million. So it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. The Edge of Techs. Yeah. Love Blue Iris to death. Great for motion detection and switching the lights auto. Yeah. Added the SR04 to my opener to measure to the floor. Good. Large number, no car, smaller number in the garage. Matt, that's what I've got. That's I don't know that I ever made a video about that. Did I ever make a video about that? I can't remember. But if you look at Janice's garage, has, well, let's look at it this way. Let's do it this way. So is the car there? So I think actually though, right now, my distance meter is messed up. I think something's gone wrong with it, but that is what it was. But anyways, this says, so, and then it reads that sensor, it reads the ultrasonic sensor and determines if there's a car in there or not. And then of course it knows whether or not the garage door is open or closed as well. There's Luma's CarPresence and the contributed Tasmota blueprint that Sir Goodenough did. Awesome. Still have a Home Assistant Blue that I've yet to actually get working. What? It shipped without a memory chip installed. Now I need to install the one they sent to fix it. Oh, well, I'm glad they sent it. I'm sorry that got messed up. I'm sure, it wasn't directly the Home Assistant guys. It was the guys fulfilling the orders at the Odroid factory, but glad they got it right for you. I was thinking about that too. I don't think I'm going to replace my Home Assistant Blue for, I don't even know, 10 years? I don't know. Seems like forever. 3D printer nerd would be a good collab. Okay. Templated the value out of Tasmota. Oh, nice. So you did all yours with Tasmota, Matt. I did mine with ESP Home. Because as Tyson pointed out, have been certainly in the past a bit of a YAML file. Right now I'm printing this thing. Should we see how it's doing? All right, just had to check on it. It's doing good. It's working good. Tried to go to blue, then got distracted with fixing Tuya, then X lights. Now it's a new year, so now it's time to get back to the blue, right, Rachel? All right. So we came up with some new things. Let me get my to-do list out. Here. Because I'm going to put some of these on. I thought I had a tasks thing here. Oh, there it is. Desktop tasks. full screen. Yeah. Okay. Wise. Anybody have issues with Wise? Mark's asking. I have not been using Wise. I've been using my Reolink, and I don't have. But with using Reolink, I don't have any cameras in the and I don't have any cameras in Home Assistant really, except now this whatchamacallit, RetroPie cab build virtual pin. What are those? Are those RetroPie? Oh yeah, the cabinet build. Yes, that's right. And virtual pin, that's the pinball thing. All your 2U devices run Tasmota. I'm not surprised, Blackadder. That sounds perfect. I just don't have very many things, and I've even been thinking about taking out some more of the light switches that I have had smart. And the reason for it is they're not being used as smart lights. Like if the kids aren't using them with Home Assistant, and I'm not using them with Home Assistant, then and not for months and months and months, then should I keep them? Should I just go back to regular light switches? I mean, they're not causing any trouble. It's not like they don't work. They work, but we don't make use of them. So, did I use any of the Switchbot stuff? Having issues with their integration in Home Assistant. Oh, I didn't know they had a Home Assistant integration, David. Oh, I'm not surprised that you're having trouble with the integration in Home Assistant. I certainly want to, I want to see a good Home Assistant integration. That would go a long way towards convincing me to use their stuff in some sort of production type of way. Someone to actually do some tinkering projects with. You probably got some people up there. Tyson, you got to find the people up there too, man. They're around. Also, lots of issues with the wLED integration. I hate what they did. Oh, who did it? Was it Sonoff? Changed something, Mark? Yeah, I should, Ben, but I haven't been. And that's probably what I should do. When nobody's home, turn off all the lights. Some of these things are just so they're not reliable enough, but I should do it. House has Martin Jerry switches running Tasmota. Fingerbot. Do I need their hub? Yeah. David, no, I think you can do it with your phone also. I think you can run those straight from your phone. I think you can. Yes, I can, 1985. What would you like to see? I can't promise anything, but what would you like to see? Aquara motion detectors and Innovelli switches. I still have my Sonoff T3 switches is mostly what I have as far as light switches go. For Home Assistant, you need the hub. Got it. So link me, Sir Enough, would you grab that where do you find the integration for Switchbot? Is there an ESP32 program to run the Fingerbots? There is, PJ Bear. Is there really? Is there really? Where is it? In hacks? I thought I looked for it, but maybe I couldn't find it. Oh, pending restart. Integrations, explore repositories. So if I do, I thought I did this, but sometimes there it is. Magic Switchbot. Maybe then Switchbot Press. So there's two. Magic Switchbot integration for Home Assistant. Simple project that manages the Switchbot has only the press ability in Home Assistant. I should probably play with this. Okay, so where do you get these MAC addresses? So you have to configure it with the hub first, and then you get the MAC addresses from the hub. You must define a switch with platform Magic Switchbot for each device you want to connect. Okay, so you do have to put this in your configuration. in the Bluetooth MAC address of the Magic Switchbot device. You can get the MAC just using the official app and scanning for the device. Okay. Device number. This is the device number of the Bluetooth controller. Usually you'll have only a Bluetooth controller whose ID would be HC10, so that you don't need to specify this variable. If you have more than one controller, you can look for this ID by typing sudo HCI config. So that's if you have more than one of their hubs. It sounds like it, Ben. Yeah, it sounds like you definitely have to have a Bluetooth radio. So if you don't have one, if you don't use their hub, then you certainly must have to. But does this use their hub? The list of Bluetooth controllers present in your system. Well, does the Blue have Bluetooth on it? The Home Assistant Blue? I don't know. Must specify configuration, password string optional. Let's use to connect to Magic Switchbot and set it with the official app, and it's empty by default. With the default configuration, you can use the Magic Switchbot as a switch with states on and off. You must use an add-on that is shipped with the device. The sticker over the real switch you want to activate and deactivate. Right, the hook, got it. I actually did that for a while on one of our switches just for fun. Magic Switchbot is another mode that just pushes a button and retracts a little after that. To use this characteristic that has no on-off state, the component provides a service whose name is push. What about their other devices? Does this bring in the other things? Because probably not cameras, right? They gave me cameras. They also gave me thermostats. It will use the Bluetooth on Raspberry Pi. Ooh, that's good to know, because my thinking is I'm actually going to use some of the Switchbot stuff at the wHobbit house. Nothing cloud anymore. We have some internet issues also from time to time, so I lose everything. Oh, man. The integration from the main integrations page. This one? Is it the magic one or is it a different one, David? Sonoff LAN. Blackadder says Sonoff LAN is great. One from the integrations page. I did not see one on the integrations page, but let's go back and see. So you went to add integration and you searched for Switchbot? Holy crap! This was not here that long ago. I don't know what happened. Maybe I searched. Sometimes I search like when I only have a few brain cells left functioning for the day, and that must have been what happened. I did not know that this was a thing. And I thought I looked. I really did. In fact, I even wrote to the Switchbot guys after I showed them that I had done, I had done that whole thing on the stream. Uh-oh. Is it failing to connect because I don't actually have anything Switchbot set up on my house? Probably. Yep. So now that it's after Christmas, is there going to be any sales on PermaTrack, Romeo? I don't know. That's a good question. Right now, we still have very little stock. We are getting 100 boxes because we're in a transition. So we had about enough. The factory had about enough PermaTrack for about another 100 boxes, and so they went ahead and made that or finished it up and have sent it to us. It's on the ocean, so who knows when we'll get it. But then we're transitioning from the 5-foot long pieces to like 4-foot long pieces or 46-inch pieces. And that's to save on shipping. So if we're also going to get a Canadian, but it's not going to probably be much cheaper. I wish I could say we're going to make it much cheaper. We may find some ways. Certainly until we get in a position where we've got inventory we really want to get rid of, it's hard to say, we would sell it for less, but I see where you're coming from. I feel you. And we want to make sure that people can get it that want it. But it is exciting news that we are going to have another option. I've been trying to think about what to call it. I think we'll just call it PermaTrack CA, which is made in Canada instead of in China. And the China stuff is, galvanized. It's thicker. It functions a little differently with the clipping in of the brackets, and so you can clip it in, clip it out pretty easy. The Canadian stuff is going to be aluminum, and it's going to be the lengths will still be about the same, but it'll be aluminum, and it will just kind of tuck and screw from the outside, so it won't have those little the clamps. So it'll be a little bit different. PermaTrack Lite. Ikifar is here. It worked, my friend. Ikifar, it worked. 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 You are a genius. You are a genius. Oh, now it's been too long since they rang it. Oh, you can see that little green spot right there where they had one of the kids go ring the doorbell. And then we've had a few human detections and a few motion detections. Yeah. So you did it, my friend. Oh, look, we had a motion detection that wasn't a human. Right there, we had a motion detection that wasn't human. It must have been a car driving by, because you can see it didn't correlate with the human detection. So you did it, dude. We set it up in minutes. It was a piece of cake. So this MQTT to Amcrest integration, in combination with the built-in, I guess you want to call it, Amcrest integration in Home Assistant, gives you a great Home Assistant integrated doorbell, because you can get the images, video feed, including audio, plus a sensor when somebody touches the button, or the motion, or the human detection. So, piece of cake. I mean, I know that there are plenty of other good doorbells, but for me, I'm very, very happy right now with this Amcrest doorbell. This is the first time we had a good working doorbell in our house in years. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yes, that's the AD410 4 tracks, and I also have the 110, which I'm going to install at the back door. Link to buy, link to buy, link to buy. Yes, I should put it in a few of my favorite things, don't you think? Let's put it in a few of my favorite things. And then we'll probably get ready to wind down for today. We had a great stream, guys. Great stream. Thank you for being here. And this Amcrest did not send me this. This is my own money that I paid to buy this doorbell, with the hope that it would work as well as it does. That's rare, but I'm very happy with it. Okay. And then there's also the other one. Oh, wait, here's what we got to do. We're going to go down here now. We're going to put this in my list of all things. So go down here, a few of my favorite things. Put it there. And then we'll put this one has the human detection. Now the Amcrest A110, this is the 410, but the 110 does not do human detection. So 4Tracks is saying he uses the A110 with Blue Iris and Deep Stack to get human detection, but this one is faster. This gets it done faster. You'll put it in the products as well. Thank you, Sir Good Enough. You're a good man. YYC? What's YYC? YYZ? What's YYC? Was YYC? Is that a place in Canada? Yeah, Tyson, for a minute. First name and zip code leak. For me? Did I leak my zip code? You used to, but you upgraded to the 410. Gotcha. Well, I'm very happy with the 410. Extremely happy with the 410. I don't know who's trying to log in and failing here. I've been getting that every day. I don't know where it's from. I think I know where it's from, because I tried to set up my my Amazon tablet with my Home Assistant kiosk, and I was all excited because the Amazon default firmware now on those tablets, like I think I have the Fire 10 from several years ago, they now have the Google Store, the Play Store, and you can get the Home Assistant app. And I was super excited because I got the Home Assistant app and I got it installed and I got logged in. But then I think I must have mistyped a password or something the last time because it won't start up. And I think it's still trying to start up with that wrong password. And so that's why I'm getting that failed login message. Andre gets the failed login message. Maybe it's from somebody else. I don't know. Maybe it's from some other thing that's not working right. I don't know. I would call that a very successful stream. I feel like I meant to add some things to my to-do list over here. So let's add a few things to my to-do list. We talked about this P5 matrix. Now that since I didn't realize I had the controller that I had bought. So we got to set up the P5 matrix. What were some of the other things, guys? Now it's been too long. TTS video again. I mean, I am going to just make more videos. Some questions in the ask. Oh, let's do it. Yeah, it's hard not to find my zip code. Got to run. The football championship is on. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm afraid Alabama's going to win, but no matter who wins. Oh, should I create my own Bitcoin tech turtle? My own crypto? All right, let's get to the Ask channel. Live questions. Here we go. Functioning. Got it. Tony Jackson. Could I do a video on the Lovelace interface automations for the Amcrest doorbell? Yes, because I'm going to do them anyways. So I can do some filming on that. And yes, so let me put that on here on my to-do list. Amcrest doorbell Lovelace plus automations. Just detected a human at the door. You know, we could very easily have an announcement. I mean, we could do that pretty quickly. We won't do it right now, but we could. Oh, you want to do it in 5 minutes? Should we do it in 5 minutes? Let's watch this. Let's see if we can do this in 5 minutes. Watch this. We're going to go to my announcements. Remember what I was saying about how NodeRed was so good at being reusable? So watch this. We're going to copy this. I think I can copy all this, can't I? All right, Control C. Go down here, Control V, that. Okay. And we're going to go here, and we're going to change this to some doorbell press. Okay. The entity is going to be binary sensor. Was it front doorbell? Front doorbell, doorbell. Okay. That's the one where somebody pushes that. Great. Now, so I don't need this anymore. I don't need the conditions at all. So this will basically say anytime it Boolean to, where's the on or off? This entity current state is true. Okay. So that means anytime somebody presses that doorbell button, right? Do you guys agree that that will do that? That will activate anytime somebody presses the doorbell button. And then we just change this to say someone's at the door. We can just copy that and we'll put it in here. And just for some fun, we'll say, ding dong. Someone is at the front door. Smile and be polite. Okay, done. And then we'll deploy this. And that should do it. Now, let's try this again. Make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Can somebody please go to the front door and press the doorbell again? Make sure it works.
Announcement.
Oh, really? Well, we're going to be getting some, Romeo. It might take another month plus, but we'll get some. So stay tuned. Where are you?
Someone is at the curfew. Ding dong. Someone is at the curfew. Smile and be polite.
So,
Okay. Smile and be polite.
so I got 3 announcements. So I have the Amcrest integration in Alexa already. So when somebody presses the doorbell, she already makes an announcement. Then I got the announcement from this that went to all of our Alexa media players, which said ding dong, smile and be polite. And then I also got the Google ones. And she kind of cut off the beginning of it, but it might have been, I don't know why, it was a bit of a delay or anything like that, but a delay node with a flow control. Oh, Stone Obscurity sounds so technical. Cleveland rocks, Romeo. It's probably Romeo, not Romeo, but added media player sound of a doorbell, then text-to-speech, yeah. So anyways, it's that simple. And then the other piece that would be missing that we still need to work on, which I'm not going to try and do right now, but the other piece that would be missing is when that happens, when that ding dong happens, your Lovelace opens up the image from that camera. That would be the missing piece. So that's part 2. Okay. It should probably bypass the too late restrictions. Probably true, Panic. Probably true. I actually think, I think I might have it bypass. I might have it instead of going to all of the Alexa devices, because it already does that through the built-in Amcrest integration. I would probably, instead of having it go there, I think I would probably change this and have it go to here. So I need a link in. Oops. I want to delete that. There. Okay. So now it just is going to do, it's not going to do the Alexas. It's only going to do the Google Homes. So it will rely on the Amcrest integration that Amazon uses, that I already put into my Amazon, which is supposed to show the display, but it said if it's 4K, it might not, which is so dumb, but whatever. And instead it will just do this. So anyways, that's fun. That's fun. Can't find the doorbell on the Amazon Canada. No, Matheson, no. Okay, it's time to go. It's been a great stream. I got to get on to other biz. That's bedtime. We don't need bedtime. We need sign off. Fun stream, guys. Fun stream. Have it on $413. Gary, let's work a deal. I can get it and send it to you for, I don't know what it costs to send something to Australia, but it's not $200.
Like 3 seconds ago, he got gymnastics.
Yeah?
I might look a little odd.
You look awesome. You look gorgeous. So, brag time. Ready for some brag time?
What does that mean?
Brag time. Come on, get in here. Brag time. This is when Dad brags about the kids.
Oh.
So, that boy in the back over there, they won their first basketball game of the season. And the best part was they beat all of the cool kids on their team. So, the cool kids on the other team who know these guys, and Dawson and his friends, they know each other. They're cordial. They've been on football teams together and stuff. But Dawson and his team beat this cool guy's team in basketball the other night. So that was awesome. This little one back here, what did you get third on?
Floor?
Okay, so these two girls had a gymnastics meet, and Holly got third on floor and 5th overall, and Gracie got 1st overall in her grade. Huh, Grace? And then Zoe, what was yours?
First team award. Team award got our whole team won first.
So her whole team got first place, but then didn't you get like a third or something on
I
a
got a third on goal.
third on vault
Her
at a
ball
big meet?
was.
At a big meet. So good job, right? These kids are awesome. We love them. We love them. Thanks for letting me share them with you. Okay, how do you guys want to sign off tonight?
Called it bragging, Dad.
I know it is bragging.
Not sharing.
Thanks for letting me brag with you. Okay, what do you guys want to? How do you want to sign off? Just like we're happy kids.
No. Sure. Is it really
I'm happy. Yeah, it's a good day. All right, let's do it. Ready?
I'm sore.
As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Bye, everybody. This week's stream will be at the Hobbit House. Sweet. We'll be at the Hobbit House on Sunday, so we'll see you then. Bye. And now is when I would hit a button and we would have the dancing night, but I haven't finished that yet. So soon. One of